the dog. Don't let the dogs do that on people's lawn, okay? Houston, here we go. Now, can I just say one thing about Houston? It is hot. I mean, you think of Texas, in my opinion, you think of Texas, you think of desert and tumbleweed. It's just, hello, there's a dog. Happy to say that the two little dogs, well actually one's a medium-sized dog that wants to bite me, was not attacking me today, which was nice. And so, anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Houston. You think about it as desert and tumbleweed. I don't know why. But it's humid. It's really humid. And it's hot. So this neighborhood, this is apparently there's a lot of crime, but so far it's been good. I mean, being safe, you know, when you go overseas, be safe. It's probably not the best to walk in places that you don't know well late at night. So I'm not doing that. So I walk about 2 miles. So I'm normally not walking that much. So 2 miles there and 2 miles back. So what's that, about 8 kilometers? That's a pretty good effort each day. I should be getting fit, feeling good. But I must say about Houston, the sky is beautiful. Have not seen a lot of the cloud that we have over in Malaysia, even in Melbourne. So that's great. Anyway, we're going to be doing some exciting things. I haven't quite figured out exactly where we're going to go. In the latter part of this month, we will be in Las Vegas for a few days. Not really for gambling, but we might have a look in a casino or two. But I'm not really into gambling. Might take $20 and muck around. Yeah, but I'm enjoying America. It feels quite surreal to be here. I mean, one of the things being Australian, we drive on the left, and every time I cross the road, I've got to look. I normally look that way. I got to look that way now. So it can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. So this is Houston. I thought that they're not doing it, but they are. Look at him. Look at him go. Ah, look. For the first time I was able to experience the sun going behind the contrail that was laid down, and I immediately felt the difference in the heat of the sun. Immediately. I felt like I went into subtle shade. That's the first time I've been able to reference that. I just noticed a significant decrease in the intensity of the sun. The second I thought it was a cloud, I turned back and realized the sun was directly behind the cloud seeding trail, and I felt it. So that's the first time when I've seen it. I've always wondered, when it's spread out, how much is it reducing the sun? I felt it. I physically felt it on my skin then. That was a significant drop. Obviously it's thicker because it hasn't spread, but that is significant. Good morning. So this is a little place I've been walking in the mornings. Up there is a pretty full-on road, But I found there's a little aqueduct. And you never know, if you just... I thought, why don't I just walk down there? It looks alright to me. Grass is low, there's no snakes. So let me show you something. You see those little ripples? I don't know if you can see. And out there's little ripples. I thought they were sticks or whatnot. But you'll notice, if you can see it, that those ripples, let's say that this one here, it'll move. So actually there's fish, but, and it only looks about half a foot, probably half a foot deep or something. And up here, for example, I can see one. They're not sticks. And it's not making a V because it's like something like a stick or a log or something, or rock. Actually what it is a turtle. They're turtles. See, that was a fish. Yeah, that one there, I don't know if you can see it. There's a turtle there. There's obviously fish. I think some of the fish are pretty big. I know I've mentioned it before, but it's, I don't know if you can see that, but it's hot. I'm sweating, and it's only 8:30 in the morning. So Houston, we have a problem. No, we don't have a problem. I just want to say something quickly. So it's a very big chance and likelihood I'm coming to the United States, possibly to live. I just want to talk about risk, taking risk. You know, a lot of the times you think about risk, you think of all the negative effects. But sometimes in life, I believe in prayer, so I pray about it, but sometimes in life, it's not taking the risk that's the risk. Right? It's not taking the risk that is the risk. So you think about all the difficulties and you think, there you go, that one there, that ripple, that's a turtle. You see? I don't know. Can you see it? Look at him. So it's not taking the risk that's a risk. So yes, you can focus on what are the potential negative outcomes of making a decision to do something. Now, unless that decision could ruin your life, sometimes it's a good thing to step out, right? Step out in faith. You know, I always think about Peter, not preaching, but I always think about Peter when Jesus tells him, you want to walk on water? Step out of the boat. And you read that sentence and you think, oh, well, you know, he was with Jesus. But he still had to step out of the boat in the storm with huge waves and think, oh, I'm not going to fall down into the ocean and possibly be, you know, at night time lost away from the boat, right? So it wasn't as simple as, oh yeah, just step out of the boat. He had to believe, and he had to have an in-sense of faith, right? To step out of the boat. And when he did it, that's when the miracle, or that's when the blessing can come. So I think there's a similar thing I've noticed in life. And I think they created that's, there's a quote, right? The fortune favors the brave, right? And there's no time I've ever made a decision like this that it was sort of easy. But you will feel the peace, I believe, if it's a right decision. Well, you should. But it's never easy. There's always apprehension. But you know, sometimes that stagnant state that you're in, that's what keeps you down. I remember when Melbourne was locked down and we went through all of that, I actually got to a place like that. You know, I couldn't work. I was trying to run a business. I was trying to set up basically a new concept, but because it was in the realm of manufacturing, you weren't even allowed to open any factories. You couldn't even go anywhere. So because I wasn't already in operation, there was no chance to start it. So for a couple of years, I was sort of working on like, what am I going to do? So I put my mind to other things, but I noticed like I became stagnant. I really did. It was really hard, very difficult. And that stagnation, I remember, like I certainly can relate to people with, you know, depression and a sense that you're not moving. Because I got to a point where I'd write down a list of 10 things and then I'd just sit there and stare at the computer. Right? And I don't have mental problems or some physical problem in my brain. But what I did have is my surroundings were causing me to stagnate. And then that was building into what I sort of refer to like this snowball. And then you can't even describe why you can't do anything. And you're sitting there, and I was saying to myself, what's happening? You know, what's causing me? I just can't activate. I do about one thing on the list. And what I feel that is it's a sense of breakdown. It's a sense that your body and your mind are saying something's not right with your current position. And unless you change that dynamic, whatever it be, your situation won't change. And so that was my move to not just create a YouTube channel and do this. This is, I mean, I love you guys, but this is part-time. And obviously you see I'm not the most consistent with the postings because it's hard. You have to edit all this stuff and it takes a long time. I mean, I'm not trying to be a perfectionist, but I don't want to just throw it up. Plus I got to edit it down from, you know, 50 minutes of footage to 25 or something. And it takes a lot longer than you think. So that stagnation, it causes an inward focus, and then that builds into a snowball. And so if you're going through that, I just want to encourage you guys, because you're not alone. You're not alone. So don't even feel for a second you're alone, number one. And number two, start to pray or start to think or consider a physical move. So for someone in a house that's housebound all the time, if you're able to walk, just decide to go to a park. That's a big help. Oh, here we go. Now this is I'm always struggling with this because of the angle of this thing where I got to jump. It's like you feel like you can jump it easy, but it's a bit tricky. So I'll try an angle here. Because it's down, it's hard to get the footing right. Anyway, it doesn't look that far, but it feels like it's slowing me down across it. Okay, it's the boss way. Now, but a lot of you out there move. Not move your body, move from where you live. Just move. Just say, oh, I sort of go in that place. Just go. Just pack up your stuff, make a plan. Don't make it too big. Don't try and work everything out. And go to the place you want to go. Just go there. The worst thing that can happen, well, pretty much, is that you won't like it and you'll move again. But the very act of moving is going to break you out of the hole that you've been in for so long. And I noticed that, and that was why I decided, okay, I got to go overseas. I can't stay at Australia all the time now. I need to break the mold that I've set, because I'm not able to break it myself, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to share that, because, you know, it's the people who have been through these things that can share with others. Some people things fall into place, if you notice that. And that could be because of their parenting, or their people giving them direction, or, you know, just some people make wiser decisions. But other people go through a whole lot of things. But the good thing about that is you can teach other people about the experience you had yourself, right? Sometimes the best person to break a drug addiction for a person is a person that's already been through it and been healed of it, right? They can really relate to them in that time. So I can relate to people that, you know, you feel like you're going nowhere and you're stuck, and, you know, you've had success, but you're not progressing to the level that you want to progress to. And if that's you, and it doesn't matter where you're at in life or your age, you can do that. I just want to encourage you to do that, because, you know, you got greatness inside, but you got to find it. You got to go out and find it. And sometimes it's not where you're at. And sometimes even that move, what it does, it breaks the bond. Not forever, but sometimes forever, but sometimes the bond of people around you that unfortunately might be speaking into your life that are sort of holding you back, right? We've all had that. Everyone has had a friend or someone like that for some unknown reason, jealousy or whatever, they're speaking into your life. And it's not really for your benefit. It's not like they sit there and make a plan to destroy your life. I mean, some people might do it, but most, I think, they just do it out of a sense that maybe they need you. And in a selfish way, they want to keep you to them. But what it's doing, it's holding you back. They need to let you go. And if they can't let you go, you got to let them go, and you got to go into whatever your destiny is. But I knew in Melbourne that I just couldn't stay in the same spot as I was. I had to force myself to go. Thailand, Malaysia, still not knowing where I'm going. Houston, and now I'm happy to say that I'm going to come to America. So I got a motorbike in Malaysia. I'm still renting the place there for the month. I didn't want to lose it. I've got my suitcases in, remember Pimmy? We went on the cruise. My good friend, she's been lovely enough to keep my suitcases in her house all this time, for months and months. I got 2 big suitcases. And don't forget, I sold all my stuff in Melbourne, so I made a decision not to go back. It was a huge decision. But I'll tell you this, I'll never look back. I'll never look back. Because it was this decision that's made me be able to come alive again and activate again. I wasn't always stuck. I already built a couple of businesses, so I wasn't always stuck. But with the COVID and the lockdown and the oppression and all the heaviness of it, I just got stuck. And the move is like unplugging that drain, right? So I hope that helps you. You know, I mean, here's the interesting thing. My walking path was that road and there. I don't know this where I'm at. Like, you know, is this safe, blah, blah, blah. But I looked and I thought, well, the grass is slow. This looks pretty. It doesn't look like a dirty, stinking thing. It's actually really clear. I can see the bottom. And there's birds and fish and turtles. How many people, right? The reason why I call it You Never Know, because I do crazy stuff. How many people would have come down here? Look, it's only like a 15-meter walk down that concrete thing, of which do not do it at night, because I'm going to show you something that I never saw, so thankfully I didn't come down at night. But how many people, you know what I reckon? Less than 1%. I reckon less than 1 in 1,000. What do you reckon? That would, instead of walking up there to the corner and on the hot road, come down and enjoy the peaceful still waters of this. So watch this. That's all it took. It took that move from up there to down here, and now I get to walk across. Look, my scenery is that. And what's that, 20 meters? 20-meter move made my walk a whole lot better. Check this out, check this out. So imagine you're walking down at night. Check this out. I saw this just, look. What? Look, that's way taller than me. That's easy 2.5, 3 meters. Hello. Look at that. Now you see that stuff in Malaysia. Man, I saw some stuff on the sidewalk. Be careful in Asia at night. But yeah, it's a bit dirty here, man. That was my path. And I decided, should I? Said it looks like I'm not gonna die. And I did it. Alright, so there's the conference. Rig USA in Houston. Good church and great conference. So guys, I'll tap in here soon. Battery is really low. See ya. Remember the two lines from before? Have a look at them spread now as they fall down in the altitude. Look at them spread. And they'll keep spraying those. You can see him doing another one in the background behind it. They'll keep layering that until this whole sky, you watch, this whole sky will be covered in cloud. You watch. Fortunate, because up until now it's been 5 days I haven't seen any spraying. Seen it in every other city. Okay, we're in this bar here. Am I allowed to film you?
22. What's your number?
So it's an American diner. Do you call this American diner? This is my friend Juan. We're not eating him, are we? No. So where's mine? Okay, sorry, darling. Oh, there we go. Biscuit. Okay, I gotta finish this. Today was a huge rush. I got up at 4:30. Wasn't able to fill you in because I was a bit late. I just got a plane and guess where I am? Already gambling in the lobby. I'm in Las Vegas. First time I've been in Las Vegas since I was 16. So here we go. There's my other pair of pants. And no wonder I was getting hot when I was walking, because there's a second pair of pants right there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do it. And I'm thinking, how am I going to find the next bus? And then I meet Reese. So we're going to have to find some healthy options soon, but this is good.